It's this belief. I think it comes from this belief that like, people have yearned for a mussy since time immemorial, and I just don't. That's not the case. That is not true. There was not a guy. I mean, there maybe was like there was a guy maybe in 1403 who was like, "Oh, how I yearn for a bunch of my forearm skin to be turned into a pussy." You know, I'm sure there was like people who wished they had a pussy instead of a dick.
Well, I don't actually know much about it. Were eunuchs gay guys?
I think
because you know that used to be a thing in a bunch of cultures where they would have guys who they specifically
castrate I don't think so. I think
just so
by
they can
proxy
be like
of
little.
I don't know if they were like. I think it's a chicken or the egg thing because when you get your nuts cut off, you stop. Like if you get that happens as a kid, then no testosterone goes through your system.
It was a weirdly widespread thing.
Yeah,
like the Chinese did it too. Though I guess in like Europe, it was just the balls. But in China,
it was everything.
It was the dick and balls.
So they just had a little, like they were flat.
Yeah, literally.
That's a very Chinese solution.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a good book on eunuchs. It's a weird thing because it was like very widespread.
Yeah,
and it was just kind of a normal thing that like if you were like a king, you would have a bunch of like guys whose balls you cut off who would be like your little like helpers.
Well, I think the thinking was that like these guys should be in theory more rational because they don't have balls.
Or maybe it's sort of
they really thought
obviously
gay guys would be more rational.
It might be kind of in the same thought ballpark as like Catholic priests not being able to marry. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's a bit different, mm-hmm. but it might have the same kind of logic. Whereas, like, well, if they're not having like families and stuff, they'll have no reason to like betray me,
right?
You know, because I think the thing with Catholics is kind of like, I think part of it was so they like wouldn't have heirs, so like all their stuff would go back to the church,
right?
But also I think it was sort of like, well, they won't have like other people to focus on, so they can focus on like God and their parishioners or whatever.
Yeah.
But
You're
it
like
might
a full servant to God.
Yeah, but it might be kind of a similar logic where like if these people like can't be having kids and stuff, they'll just be like totally loyal to me.
I think that's literally what it was.
Though I think it often ended up being you had a bunch of scheming gay guys around who would poison you and stuff and like lie and spread gossip.
It is awesome that Game of Thrones features literally that.
Well,
She's a scheming, bald gay guy who lies and spreads gossip.
I think that was like, because that's the scheming eunuch.
Yeah.
I think that's like what they were was scheming gay guys who would lie and gossip. But it was like, because it was one of those things.
When did they stop?
Probably a lot more recently.
Probably like 1936.
Well, because there are like
well, Jim, I'd love to shake your hand, but I'm a eunuch.
Well, there are like audio recordings of like castrato singers.
Right. Yeah.
So that's got to be like in the
turn of the century. Wax paper or wax tubes or whatever.
But I don't know when like court eunuchs stopped happening. You know what? Honestly, they should do that to all political staffers still. It's only fair.
If you want to work, well, they came close with the Biden administration. There's a lot of
actually,
eunuchs.
You know what? I just thought that through. Never mind.
Yeah, you don't want.
I was thinking of it as sort of a funny punishment, but the wheel completed. No, we don't need that.
You don't want a
We're good.
eunuch occupied government.
Actually, we should have normal guys.
Yeah, regular dudes with families.
Yeah,
who work there. You don't want eunuchs. You don't want eunuchs around at all. And a lot of people they might have their balls, but they're taking pills to make them a scheming eunuch.
Yeah, so maybe it is that certain people have always yearned
for eunuchs
to be eunuchs. I don't. Was it? Did you choose? How? I actually don't know the mechanics of it.
I think it was the kind of thing. I don't think you chose much back then.
But like, how would the king decide? Like, well, I want that guy to scheme and lie about me behind my back.
Well, I don't like. I think it has to happen when you're a kid because the whole point is to prevent like puberty. Like you don't want like the surge of testosterone and like having nuts.
What happens to you? Does it make you like a weird little boy man?
Yeah, well, your teeth all mangled. If you get like look at like cats, like or like pets. If you get them neutered when they're young, they're less aggressive when they're.
Does that work on human guys too?
I'm pretty sure. So like if you lose your nuts, you don't have teeth, or as much.
Right, but you don't turn into a girl.
You don't become a girl, but like you don't have like tea
But, like,
going
what
through
does a 40-year-old eunuch look like?
Probably a weird little gay guy.
Weird, sinister little gay guy.
I'm pretty sure it looks like Sneeko with big eyebrows.
Did they tend to be bald?
I think because like hair growth comes with testosterone.
Doesn't a lot of testosterone what leads guys to go bald?
Well,
although actually from a lot of the I've seen.
No, I think the downsides of like steroids come from your body trying to balance it with estrogen.
Oh,
because whenever you're like blasting something, your body will be like, "Okay, generate more estrogen." So that's why guys would get like tits and their voices would get high. It's because your body's like trying to balance out the super surge of T you're putting in with estrogen. But if you just never put in T,
right?
Like if you just cut your nuts off as a kid, I'm pretty sure you just become a weird little gay guy.
Right, a weird kind of wrinkly. It is really funny actually that ancient kings had scheming little gay guys everywhere
to like gossip,
to gossip with the women and cause trouble, spread rumors. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, because it probably was going on until like way more recently than you'd think.
It was probably literally like 1830 or something. They still had a bunch of eunuchs.
Like Buffalo Bill would encounter a eunuch guy. What the fuck are you?
What the hell's going on there?
Yeah, it probably was mad common. I think there was a sect of the church that had eunuch guys as priests, maybe.
Or at least like singers, because that was the thing. They'd have the castrato singers.
Yeah,
you cut off a kid's nuts and they can keep the high voice till they're really late.
Yeah, forever. Until they're 36.
I think literally. Yeah.
And then they experience Bohemian Germany twink death.
Well, that's the question. If you're a eunuch, do you experience twink death, or do you just slowly wrinkle into a little raisin? Like that bald German guy from The Simpsons.
They're just kept in jars in the wizard tower. That's the wall of eunuchs. They're just little raisin guys. I used to be the greatest singer.
I was the most beautiful boy.
Everybody loved me. Don't touch, they're very sensitive.
But
Keep walking, my scrolls are this way. Ignore the eunuchs.
But yeah, but like it's just like Europeans did it, Chinese people did it, and possibly other.
Certainly other. Yeah, it's a weird.
I wonder if a Chinese eunuch and a European eunuch ever met, and the Chinese guy had to be like, "You still have a penis?
What? Oh, I have stupid cloaca."
I don't know exactly what they ended up with.
It probably was pretty mangled.
But apparently the Chinese went all the way with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You don't even get a tube to pee out of.
Well, especially in those days, like, if they cut it off, you're just going to have a horrible... I don't even know how they didn't die,
I think back then they would just use like hot metal.
Just like burn it closed right off the bat?
I think basically, yeah.
And then you got like a...
horrible burn area.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's the same thing with like foot binding. Like they would just take a baby's foot and just jam it into a box and then be like, "This better."
Yeah.
And then like, you ever seen like adult foot binding where it's like all folded and fucked up?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I think that's when they did I think they did that till the communists showed up. They were still doing that shit.
Foot binding.
Yeah.
People would walk around with like tiny little half feet.
What was the point of that?
I think they were like, it's polite. It's much more polite to have small feet. If you have these big horrible stompers, no one's going to like you. So
it was just for women, right?
Yeah.
I guess, and like the Africans would do their weird like neck shit.
People were just up to weird.
Yeah, people got into goofy things back. I mean, I guess we do now too.
Oh, we're still doing that.
We've just been talking about it.
We're still doing that, but now it's totally the same. You go to a doctor and they totally mangle you because we think it's better.
You know how Africans could get their necks like really long and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Would that work on your penis?
Yes. It's called jelking.
It's called jelking, and it works. It's science.
I've gained 1 centimeter since beginning jelking.
I've been jelking for
15 years.
15 years. And I do 2 hour-and-a-half long sessions every day, and I'm up 0.6 inches. And my dick is very narrow.
My dick is very red, very narrow. My dick hurts all day. Because jelqing is like you just yank on it, right?
I think so.
You just like pull it.
But you do so like you tactically yank on it.
Yeah.
Do you think there's still jelkers out there?
Yeah, man. Yeah. They're still jelkers. They're on the Patreon. Everyone on the page is a jelker.
Yeah.
Well, is jelqing the one, like, I think people got jelqing mixed up, and now I'm mixed up. Is that the one for foreskin regrowth? Is that part of the regrow community?
I thought it was just for length.
I did too, but then I saw it getting mixed in with like guys who were jelqing to grow back their foreskin.
Well, because I know people do shit like that where they'll like attach like weights to the skin and try and drag it back down.
I feel it's also circumcision's also crazy. I don't think we've ever actually talked about it.
No, I mean everybody knows that we're hardcore intactivists. I think that kind of goes without saying.
We're hardcore anti-circumcision.
Yeah. Well, now there's been all this stuff about how Tylenol causes autism. And some people are theorizing that getting circumcised can actually increase your odds of autism because they give you Tylenol.
Possible. It's definitely possible. It is crazy that like half the population was subject to Jewish baby genital mutilation.